Welcome to our deep dive into Secrets of the Millionaire Mind.
Oh, yeah.
This deep dive is going to be a bit different from just skimming a summary
Yep.
or, even reading the book yourself.
Right.
We're really going to kind of dissect the psychology of wealth,
Mhm.
the kind of thinking that leads to financial success.
Interesting.
So if you're intrigued by the idea of rewiring your money mindset,
Yeah,
this is the deep dive for you.
absolutely. Um,
What do you think about this book?
it's fascinating how this book uses the concept of a financial blueprint
Yeah.
to explain why some people seem to effortlessly attract wealth while others struggle,
Right.
despite their best efforts.
I know, it's like we all have this
Yeah.
invisible programming running in the background
Yeah.
that shapes our financial reality.
It's really interesting that the author claims this blueprint can be rewritten,
Oh, yeah.
which is
What's
pretty cool.
I think what makes this book so empowering,
Yeah.
it's not about accepting your financial fate.
Right.
It's about understanding.
It's about understanding where those beliefs come from
Yeah.
and then choosing to shift them.
So how does this blueprint actually get formed?
Well,
I'm guessing our childhood experiences
absolutely.
have a lot to do with it.
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
The book outlines three main ways.
Okay.
Our money blueprint is shaped,
Okay.
verbal programming,
Okay.
modeling,
Okay.
and specific incidents.
Okay. So there's three.
Yeah, imagine it like layers of paint on a canvas.
Interesting.
Each experience adds a new layer, creating the overall picture of how we view and interact with money.
Okay, let's peel back those layers.
Yeah.
Starting with verbal programming.
Sure.
What exactly does that mean?
Think about the messages you heard about money growing up,
Okay.
where phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, or
Right.
we can't afford that,
Yeah.
common in your household.
Yeah.
Those seemingly harmless statements can actually have a profound impact on our subconscious beliefs about money.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like constantly being told money is scarce. Right.
Can actually program you to operate from a place of scarcity,
Absolutely.
even when there's potential for abundance.
Exactly. And it's not just the words themselves.
Right.
But the tone of voice they were delivered in.
Yeah.
Was money a source of stress and anxiety in your home?
Yeah.
Did those conversations leave you feeling worried or ashamed?
It could.
Those emotional imprints can linger long into adulthood, shaping our financial decisions and behaviors.
Right. And then there's modeling.
Right.
That's about observing how the adults in our lives handle money, right?
Absolutely. Did your parents model responsible financial habits,
Mhm.
or were they impulsive spenders?
Right.
Were they generous or stingy with their money?
Yeah.
Did they talk openly about finances, or was it a taboo subject?
All of those observations,
Yeah.
even subtle ones,
Mhm.
contribute to our understanding of what's normal when it comes to money.
Right.
It could-
And sometimes it's not even the day-to-day habits, but specific,
Mhm.
emotionally charged incidents that shape our money blueprint.
Think about a time when you experienced financial scarcity in your childhood.
Okay.
Did your family struggle to make ends meet?
Right.
Or maybe it was the opposite.
Okay.
Perhaps you received a large sum of money as a gift and felt overwhelmed
Right.
or undeserving of it.
It's amazing how a single event
I know.
can become etched in our memory and influence our financial decisions for years to come.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the book emphasizes that it's not about blaming our parents
Right.
or dwelling on the past.
Okay.
It's about recognizing those formative experiences and understanding how they've shaped our current relationship with money.
So we've got this money blueprint,
Mm-hmm.
largely shaped by our childhood running the show and our subconscious.
Yeah?
But the book offers hope, right?
That's where the concept of the financial thermostat comes in.
Okay.
Think of it like the thermostat in your house. It's set at a certain temperature,
Okay.
and the system works to maintain that temperature.
Yeah.
Similarly, we all have an internal financial thermostat
Mhm.
that dictates our level of financial comfort.
So even if we suddenly come into a large sum of money, like winning the lottery,
Right.
our financial thermostat might be set too low to maintain that level of wealth.
Exactly. The book argues that's exactly what happens to many lottery winners.
Wow.
They might initially enjoy their newfound riches, but because their internal blueprint isn't wired to handle that level of abundance,
Yeah.
they often end up right back where they started.
That's a powerful example of how our mindset can actually sabotage our financial success.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the book contrasts this with self-made millionaires who exemplify what the author calls a billionaire mind.
So they've not only achieved financial success, but also possessed the mindset and habits to maintain and grow their wealth.
Right, and this is where the book gets really interesting.
Okay.
It challenges us to examine our own financial thermostat.
Yeah.
Are we set for abundance or scarcity? Are we comfortable with the idea of being wealthy? Or do we secretly sabotage ourselves with self-limiting beliefs?
So it's not just about earning more money.
Right.
It's about expanding our capacity to receive and manage wealth.
Precisely. And that capacity is directly tied to our financial blueprint.
Okay, so let's say we've identified some limiting beliefs in our money blueprint.
Yeah.
What can we actually do to rewrite it?
The book highlights the power of conscious awareness and deliberate action.
Okay.
One of the techniques the author advocates for is using declarations.
Declaration?
Yeah.
What are those?
They're essentially powerful, positive statements
Okay.
that you repeat to yourself.
Okay.
Much like affirmations,
Yeah.
the idea is to reprogram your subconscious mind by consistently feeding it new empowering beliefs.
So instead of thinking, I can never afford that,
Right.
you might start saying, I am worthy of financial abundance.
Exactly. And the book provides specific examples of declarations you can use to shift your money mindset.
Oh, cool.
For example, what I heard about money isn't necessarily true. I choose to adopt new ways of thinking that support my happiness and success.
I like that. It's like giving your subconscious a new set of instructions.
Right.
But declarations alone aren't enough, right?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Action is crucial.
Yeah.
Reading the book is great for understanding the concepts,
Right.
but it's the consistent application of these principles that leads to lasting transformation.
So it's about taking those new beliefs and putting them into practice in your daily life.
Exactly.
Whether it's creating a budget,
Yeah.
starting an investment account, or negotiating a raise.
And speaking of putting things into practice,
Okay.
the book outlines 17 key wealth files
Okay.
that distinguish the thinking of rich people
Okay.
from poor and middle-class people.
Okay.
These files offer a practical framework for understanding how wealthy individuals approach money and success.
Okay. I'm definitely intrigued by those wealth files.
Yeah.
Can we dive into a few of them?
Sure.
What are some of the most surprising or counterintuitive ones?
One that really challenges conventional wisdom
Okay.
is the idea that rich people choose to get paid based on results, not time.
Okay.
They focus on building businesses and investments that generate income,
Okay.
regardless of how many hours they put in.
That's a huge shift from the traditional 9-to-5 mentality.
It is.
It's about creating systems that work for you,
Exactly.
even when you're not actively working.
And another wealth file that often goes overlooked
Yeah.
is the focus on keeping and investing money,
Uh-huh.
not just earning it.
It's not just about how much you bring in,
Right.
but how you manage and grow that money.
Exactly. Rich people are skilled at both earning and investing,
Right.
creating a cycle of wealth that builds over time.
And this is where that long-term thinking really comes into play.
Absolutely.
It's not about getting rich quick. It's about creating sustainable wealth that can support you for years to come.
And that long-term perspective really shapes how they approach everything,
Okay.
from their careers to their investments
Mm-hmm.
to their spending habits.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're starting to see some of these commonalities in the way that they think.
Absolutely.
And that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, it is fascinating.
Okay, so we're going to keep diving into these wealth files in the next section.
Sounds good. So speaking of long-term thinking,
Okay.
let's dig deeper into some of those counterintuitive wealth files we mentioned earlier.
Okay.
One that really stood out to me
Yeah.
was this male.
Mm-hmm.
Rich people admire other rich and successful people.
That one caught my attention too, because it seems like, especially in today's world, there's a lot of negativity and even resentment toward wealthy people.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Yeah.
But the book argues that those negative emotions
Yeah.
actually stem from a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
It's like believing that wealth is a finite resource,
Okay.
and if someone else has it,
Right.
there's less available for you.
So instead of being inspired by someone's success,
Right.
you end up feeling resentful. Right.
Or even envious.
Exactly. And the book really challenges that thinking.
Okay.
It encourages us to shift our perspective
Mm-hmm.
and see wealth as something that can be created and expanded.
Right, like there's enough to go around.
There's enough to go around.
Okay.
So instead of pulling successful people down,
Yeah.
we can actually learn from them
Okay.
and be inspired by their achievements.
So it's about seeing success as a possibility, not a threat.
Right.
It's okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But how do you actually go about shifting from that scarcity mindset to one of abundance?
The book suggests surrounding yourself with successful people.
Okay.
Not just physically, but mentally.
Okay.
Read their books, study their biographies, listen to their interviews.
It's about exposing yourself to their thinking and their way of approaching the world.
Exactly. And the author even suggests joining a high-end club,
Interesting.
even if you can only afford to have coffee or tea in the lobby.
It's about immersing yourself in that environment.
Yeah. And observing how wealthy people interact, how they think, how they carry themselves.
Right. It's about normalizing wealth and success.
Right.
Seeing it as something that's attainable,
Okay.
not out of reach.
That's a really interesting approach.
Yeah.
And speaking of challenging conventional wisdom, another wealth file that caught my eye was this: rich people are willing to promote themselves and their value.
That one can be tricky.
Yeah.
Especially for those of us who are raised to believe that self-promotion is bragging or being boastful.
Right.
But the book makes a compelling argument.
Yeah.
That it's actually about recognizing and sharing your unique gifts and talents with the world.
It's about owning your worth and not being afraid to let others know what you have to offer.
Right. And the book argues that people who have issues with selling and promoting themselves are often the ones who struggle financially.
Because if you're not willing to share your value with others,
Right.
how can you expect them to see it
Exactly.
and be willing to pay for it?
And it's not about being pushy or arrogant.
Right.
It's about being confident in your abilities and passionate about what you do.
So it's about letting that passion shine through.
Yeah.
And inspiring others to want to work with you or buy your products or services.
Right. And this is where the importance of becoming an expert in your field really comes into play.
Okay.
Because the more knowledgeable and skilled you are, the more confident you'll feel in promoting yourself and your value.
And that leads to another key wealth file. Rich people manage their money well.
Okay.
This might seem obvious, but I think there's a lot more to it than just budgeting and saving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The book goes beyond basic money management and delves into a really insightful system for organizing your finances and aligning your spending with your goals.
Okay, let's break this down. I'm curious to hear about the system.
The author recommends dividing your income into 6 different accounts.
6 accounts?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty organized.
But it's not as complicated as it sounds.
Okay.
He calls them the financial freedom account,
Okay.
the play account,
Okay.
the long-term savings for spending account,
Okay.
the education account,
Okay.
the needs account,
Okay.
and the giving account.
So each account represents a different aspect of your financial life.
Exactly. The financial freedom account is for long-term investing and building wealth.
Okay.
The play account is for guilt-free spending on things that bring you joy.
Wait, I love that idea.
Yeah.
A guilt-free spending account.
That's great.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So no more feeling bad about buying yourself that latte or taking that weekend trip.
Exactly. And the author emphasizes that you should actually spend all the money in this account every month.
Seriously, you have to blow it all.
That's right.
Wow.
It's about experiencing the abundance you're creating
Okay.
and allowing yourself to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Okay, that's a game changer.
It is.
I'm definitely adopting that one.
I like it.
What about the other accounts?
The long-term savings for spending account
Okay.
is for big-ticket items that you'll need in the future,
Yeah.
like a down payment on a house
Yeah.
or a new car.
So it's like a planned savings account
Yes.
for those significant purchases.
Right. The education account is for investing in your personal and professional development.
So courses, books, conferences,
Exactly.
anything that helps you grow and expand your knowledge.
And the needs account is for your everyday expenses like rent, food, utilities.
Yeah, essentials.
Right. And finally, the giving account is for charitable donations and supporting causes you believe in.
So it's about integrating generosity and giving back into your overall financial plan.
Exactly. And the book emphasizes that even if you're starting with very little money,
Yeah.
it's important to implement this system,
Okay.
even if it's just a few dollars in each account.
It's about establishing those good habits and creating a structure that supports your financial goals.
Right. And as your income grows,
Yeah.
you can gradually increase the amounts you allocate to each account.
So you're essentially scaling up your financial system
Exactly.
as you scale up your wealth.
And the author shares a really inspiring story about one of his students
Yeah.
who was on the verge of bankruptcy, but managed to turn things around using this system.
Interesting.
It's a reminder that it's never too late to take control of your finances and start building a more secure future.
And speaking of building a secure future, another wealth file that really stood out to me was rich people focus on making their money work for them.
That's a key principle of wealth creation.
Okay.
It's about shifting from trading your time for money to building assets that generate income on their own.
So this is where passive income comes in, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Rich people prioritize creating passive income streams,
Okay.
while poor people often don't even consider them.
And the author identifies two main sources of passive income. Money working for you and business working for you. Money working for you would be investments, like stocks, bonds, real estate.
You got it. It's about putting your money to work by investing it in assets that will appreciate in value over time.
And business working for you would be things like rental properties,
Right.
royalties from books or music, businesses that generate income without requiring your constant involvement.
Exactly. It's about creating systems and structures that work even when you're not actively working in the business.
So it's about creating a source of income that's not tied to your time and energy. That's true financial freedom.
And the book emphasizes that anyone can learn to create passive income.
Okay.
It just takes the right knowledge and the willingness to take action.
It's about educating yourself about different investment strategies, exploring business opportunities, and finding ways to leverage your skills and talents to generate income even while you sleep.
Right, and this is where the importance of long-term thinking really comes into play. Because building passive income streams takes time and consistent effort.
It's not about getting rich quick.
It's not.
It's about planting those seeds and nurturing them over time, knowing that they will eventually bear fruit.
And this long-term perspective really distinguishes the thinking of rich people from poor people.
Okay.
Poor people tend to focus on short-term gratification.
Yeah.
While rich people are willing to delay gratification in order to achieve their long-term goals.
It's like choosing to eat that marshmallow now versus waiting and getting 2 marshmallows later.
Exactly. And the author highlights this with a powerful contrast.
Okay.
Poor people work to earn money to live today.
Right.
While rich people work to earn money to pay for their investments,
Okay.
which will pay for their future.
So it's about shifting your perspective from immediate needs to long-term goals.
Right.
And being willing to make those short-term sacrifices
Exactly.
in order to create a more secure and abundant future.
And this ties into another key, wealth file.
Okay.
Rich people act in spite of fear.
Because, let's be honest, fear can be a major obstacle when it comes to money.
It is.
Especially when it comes to investing or starting a business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the book challenges us to recognize that fear is a natural part of life.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to control us.
It's about having the courage to step outside of our comfort zone and take action.
Right.
Even when it feels scary or uncertain.
And the author shares a really powerful anecdote
Okay.
about the arrow break exercise he does in his seminars.
Okay.
It's a metaphor for pushing past limiting beliefs
Okay.
and proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you think.
That's the one where participants have to break a wooden arrow with a steel-pointed tip,
That's the one.
using only their throw, right?
That's the one.
Oh, wow.
And of course, it's done with protective gear.
Right.
But the point is to demonstrate
Okay.
that fear is often more mental than physical.
Oh, wow.
It's our thoughts and beliefs that hold us back, not our actual capabilities.
So it's about training ourselves to act even when we're feeling fear or doubt.
Exactly.
It's about recognizing that those emotions don't have to stop us.
And he emphasizes that this is a skill that can be developed through practice.
Okay.
It's about consciously pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
doing things that scare you, and proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you think.
It's like building that muscle of courage and resilience one small step at a time.
Right. And he even offers a simple equation to illustrate this.
Okay.
CZ equals WZ,
Okay.
meaning your comfort zone equals your wealth zone.
Oh.
The bigger your comfort zone, the bigger your potential for wealth and success.
So it's about constantly expanding our comfort zone.
Right.
And challenging ourselves to grow.
And that leads to the final wealth file we'll explore in this deep dive.
Okay.
Rich people will constantly learn and grow.
Now, this might seem like a given,
It might.
but I think there's a lot more to it
Oh yeah, there
than
is.
just reading a few books or taking a course.
Absolutely. The author dives into some really interesting nuances about the learning process
Okay.
that distinguish the thinking of rich people
Yeah.
from poor and middle class people.
Okay.
And he starts off by identifying what he calls the 3 most dangerous words in the English language.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Okay,
What are they?
I know that.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is.
So it's about being open to new information,
Right.
constantly challenging our assumptions,
Mm-hmm.
and recognizing that there's always more to learn.
Exactly. And he makes this really thought-provoking point.
Yeah.
If you're not really rich and really happy, there's a good chance you still have some things to learn about money, success, and life.
It's about having the humility to admit that we don't have all the answers,
Right.
and being willing to be lifelong learners.
Right. And he contrasts this with the tendency of poor people to try to prove they're right,
Yeah.
even when their actions are not producing the results they want.
It's about being willing to let go of our ego and be open to new perspectives.
Yes. And he makes this really important point.
Yeah.
Success is a learnable skill.
Okay.
You can learn to succeed at anything.
So it's about believing in our ability to grow and develop the skills and knowledge necessary to achieve our goals.
Yes. And he emphasizes the importance of learning from those who have already achieved what you desire.
Okay, so finding mentors, coaches, and role models
Exactly.
who can guide us on our journey and share their wisdom and experience.
And he makes this really blunt statement.
Okay.
Rich people take advice from people who are richer than they are.
Oh.
Poor people take advice from their friends who are just as broke as they are.
So it's about being selective about who we listen to and making sure we're learning from the best.
Right. And he stresses the importance of not just learning,
Yeah.
but also taking action on what we learn.
Right. It's about putting that knowledge into practice
Exactly.
and making those adjustments that will lead to real-world results.
And he shares a really inspiring quote. Every master was once a disaster.
So it's about embracing the learning process. It is.
Even with its inevitable mistakes and setbacks.
And he reminds readers that no one is born a financial genius.
Right.
Everyone has to learn and develop their skills over time.
It's about believing in our ability to grow and evolve.
Right.
And not letting past experiences define our potential.
And he makes this really powerful point.
Yeah.
Becoming rich isn't as much about getting rich financially as about whom you have to become in character and mind to get rich. So it's about doing that inner work,
Yeah.
developing those qualities and beliefs that support abundance, not scarcity.
And he emphasizes the importance of being an expert in your field.
If you want to get paid the best, you have to be the best.
Exactly. It's about investing in your own growth
Okay.
and striving for excellence in whatever you do.
Right.
And this all ties back to the idea of constantly learning and growing. It's about being committed to your own development
Yeah.
and always seeking to improve your skills and knowledge.
And taking those action exercises in the book seriously.
Absolutely. It's about putting those learnings into practice
Yeah.
and making them a part of your daily life. And it's also about being aware of that inner voice
Okay.
that resists change and tries to keep you stuck in your comfort zone.
So it's about recognizing those limiting beliefs and choosing to act in spite of them.
Exactly. And he concludes this section with a really powerful statement.
Okay.
When you are a level 5 person,
Okay.
you get level 5 results.
Okay.
But if you can grow into a level 10 person, you will get level 10 results.
So it's about raising our standards, expanding our capacity, and believing in our potential to achieve greater and greater levels of success.
And what's so great about this book
Yeah.
is that it doesn't just present these concepts in a theoretical way, it provides practical strategies and tools for implementing them.
And we're going to talk about those in the next section.
Yeah.
It's amazing how all these wealth files
Yeah.
seem to connect and build on each other.
Yeah.
It's not just about isolated actions or techniques.
Right.
It's about creating a holistic approach
It is.
to wealth creation.
You've really grasped the essence of what this book is about.
Okay.
It's not a quick fix guide to getting rich.
Right.
It's about cultivating a millionaire mind,
Yeah.
a way of thinking and being that naturally attracts abundance.
And that takes work, right?
It does.
It's about consciously rewiring our beliefs
Right.
and adopting new habits that support financial success.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And one of the most powerful tools the book offers
Yeah.
for rewiring those beliefs is the use of declarations.
We touched on those earlier,
Yeah.
but I'd love to explore them further.
Okay.
How do declarations actually work?
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Your subconscious mind is constantly absorbing information from your environment.
Okay.
It's like a sponge soaking up everything you see, hear, and experience.
Right.
And over time,
Yeah.
these inputs form your belief system.
So if you're constantly exposed to messages of scarcity or limitation,
Yeah,
your subconscious mind starts to believe those messages are true.
exactly.
Yeah.
And those beliefs then shape your actions and your results.
Okay.
But the good news is,
Yeah.
you can consciously choose to feed your subconscious mind new empowering beliefs.
And that's where declarations come in.
Right, by repeating positive statements that affirm your desired reality.
Okay.
You're essentially reprogramming your subconscious mind to believe in your potential for wealth and success.
So instead of passively accepting those old limiting beliefs,
Right.
you're actively choosing to replace them with new, empowering ones.
Exactly. And the key is consistency.
Okay.
It's not enough to just say a declaration once or twice.
Right.
You need to repeat it regularly
Yeah.
with feeling and conviction in order to truly imprint it on your subconscious mind.
And the book provides specific examples of declarations that you can use.
Right. And they're tailored to address specific money blocks and limiting beliefs.
Okay.
For example, if you struggle with feeling worthy of wealth, you might use a declaration like, I am deserving of all the good that life has to offer, including financial abundance.
Or if you have a fear of failure,
Right.
you might use a declaration like, I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and learning.
Exactly. And the beauty of declarations is that they're simple, yet powerful.
Yeah.
You can incorporate them into your daily routine,
Okay.
repeating them while you're getting ready in the morning, driving to work,
Right.
or even taking a walk.
So it's about creating that positive self-talk
Yeah.
and constantly reinforcing those empowering beliefs.
And as you consistently practice declarations, you'll start to notice a shift in your thinking and your actions.
Interesting.
You'll become more confident,
Okay.
more decisive, and more aligned with your financial goals.
It's like rewiring your brain for success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember, action is key.
Right.
Declarations are a powerful tool, but they're most effective when combined with consistent action.
So it's about taking those new beliefs and putting them into practice in your daily life.
Exactly.
Whether it's creating a budget, starting an investment account, or negotiating a raise,
Right.
it's about taking those steps that align with your new empowered mindset.
And speaking of taking action,
Okay.
this book offers a wealth of practical strategies and tools
Yeah.
for creating lasting wealth.
And one of the most comprehensive frameworks
Right.
is the author's money management system.
Absolutely.
We touched on that earlier,
Yeah.
but I'd love to dive deeper into it.
Okay.
Can you remind us of the 6 accounts?
Absolutely. The system involves dividing your income into 6 distinct accounts. Okay. The financial freedom account, the play account, the long-term savings for spending account, the education account, the needs account, and the giving account.
And each account serves a specific purpose, right?
Exactly. The financial freedom account is dedicated to long-term investments and building wealth that will eventually support you without needing to work.
So it's about creating that financial security.
It's ultimately achieving financial freedom.
Right. And the play account
Okay.
is all about guilt-free spending on things that bring you joy.
That's the one where you have to spend all the money every month.
Exactly. It's about experiencing abundance and allowing yourself to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
It's also about training your mind to be comfortable
Right.
with receiving and circulating wealth.
Okay. I'm definitely on board with that one.
Yeah.
What about the other accounts?
The long-term savings for spending account is for bigger expenses
Okay.
that you might need in the future, like a down payment on a house or a new car.
So it's like a planned savings account
Right.
for those significant purchases.
And then there's the education account,
Okay.
which is dedicated to investing in your personal and professional development.
So courses, books, conferences,
Yes.
anything that helps you expand your knowledge and skill set.
And this is a key area
Yeah.
where rich people really differentiate themselves.
They're constantly investing in their own growth and development,
Yeah.
understanding that knowledge is power.
Right. And the needs account is pretty straightforward. It's
Yeah.
for your everyday expenses,
It is.
like rent, food, utilities,
Yeah.
the essentials.
And finally, we have the giving account,
Okay.
which is dedicated to charitable donations and supporting causes you believe in.
It's about integrating generosity and giving back into your overall financial plan.
And this is another area where rich people often stand out.
Okay.
They understand the importance of circulating wealth
Yeah.
and making a positive impact on the world.
So it's not just about accumulating wealth.
Right.
It's about using that wealth to
Yeah.
create a better future for themselves and for others.
And one of the most powerful aspects of this money management system
Okay.
is that it helps you to align your spending with your values and your goals.
Instead of just mindlessly spending money on whatever catches your eye,
Right.
you're consciously choosing to allocate your resources in a way that supports your overall well-being
Absolutely.
and your vision for the future.
Exactly. And this system can be adapted to any income level.
Okay.
Even if you're starting with very little money, you can still implement these principles
Oh, hey.
and start building those good financial habits.
So it's about creating that structure
Right.
and that intentionality around your finances, no matter where you are on your financial journey.
And remember, the key is consistency.
Okay.
It's about making these practices a part of your daily life.
Yeah.
Consistently making choices that support your financial goals.
Right.
And your overall well-being.
And speaking of making choices,
Yeah.
one of the most profound insights I gained from this book
Okay.
is that we have far more control over our financial destiny
Absolutely.
than we often realize.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
This book really empowers the reader
Yeah.
by highlighting the direct connection between our thoughts, our beliefs, and our financial outcomes.
It's about understanding that wealth creation isn't just about luck or circumstance. It's about cultivating a millionaire mind.
Exactly.
A way of thinking and being that naturally attracts abundance.
And that transformation starts with awareness.
Okay.
It's about recognizing those limiting beliefs
Right.
that might be holding us back
Right.
and consciously choosing to replace them with new empowering ones.
It's about understanding that our financial blueprint isn't set in stone.
Right.
It can be rewritten.
Absolutely.
And the tools and strategies outlined in this book
Yeah.
offer a practical roadmap for that transformation.
And what's so inspiring about this book
Yeah.
is that it's not just about getting rich.
Okay.
It's about living a richer, more fulfilling life in every sense of the word.
Right.
It's about using wealth as a tool
Yeah.
to create a life of purpose, meaning, and impact.
So if you're ready to unlock your financial potential
Yeah.
and create a life of abundance,
Mhm.
I highly recommend diving into Secrets of the Millionaire Mind.
It's a good one.
It's a game changer.
It is a game changer.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Secrets of the Millionaire Mind.
Yes, thank you for listening.